Hi, I'm going to show you how to create PowerPoint presentation. Here I have an example about three kinds of rocks. So I'm going to create PowerPoint presentation regarding three kinds of rocks. Right? So as you see here, there are three kinds of rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and the third one is metamorphic rocks. Alright, so I'm going to open the PowerPoint application. As you see here on the PowerPoint application, there are different formats. I'm going to choose the first format, the blank presentation. That's the best way. All right. Now, as you see here, the slide, the first slide is where you're going to enter the title of the presentation. The title is three kinds of rocks. Right highlight on the title and make right click, select copy so that we can paste on the PowerPoint. So click on the first section, right click, and select paste option. Let's enlarge, make it a little bit bigger, the title. Why don't you make the size of the font about 48? All right. Now in the second section, you may enter your name. Let's say by Mr. X, and the date is May 31st, 2022. All right. Can change the color. All right. Now, once you have the title, the name, and the date on the first page, you need another, which is a second slide. To have the second slide, you have two options. You may make right click on the slide itself, right click on it, and new slide. You can select new slide. The other option is just go on the toolbar. You see the icon, new slide. You click on the plus sign here. See the plus sign? You click that one, you're gonna have another one. Usually, I like to make right click on the slide itself and select new slides. All right. So now on the title, on the subtitle, I'm gonna go back to my Microsoft Word and I'm gonna select each section of the rack type. Right, make right click, copy, and paste on the PowerPoint. All right. Then on the next section, you're gonna copy and paste the three types of igneous rock. All right, here you go. So you can highlight and enlarge the size. Okay. All right, let's mix the title at the center and highlight and change the size. All right. All right. Once you have the second slide about igneous rocks and its types, you're gonna select the third slide. You can add the third slide, right click, and select new slide. Right now you have go back to your Word and select the subtitle, Sedimentary Rock, copy this one and paste on the PowerPoint. Right, center it and make it a little bit larger. All right, so what are the types of sedimentary rocks? Go back to the Word, copy the three types of sedimentary rocks. Once you copy them, paste on the second section. All right, so let's make them a little bit larger. All right, now I right click on the third one and select new slide. You have the fourth slides and go back to your Word. All right, highlight and copy the metaphoric rock subtitle and paste it on the subtitle page. Can make right click, paste. All right, center this one, highlight, and make it larger. All right, now the types of metaphoric rocks. Go back to your Word. All right, highlight them, right click, copy them, and paste. All right, I use Control V, or you can make right click, same thing. All right, perfect. So I have four slides. The first slide has the title. The second slide has the first rock type, which is igneous, and also the different types of igneous rocks. The third one has a sedimentary rock and its types. And the last slide has metaphoric rocks and its types. However, to explain what's igneous rocks, let's go back to Word and see what igneous rock is. So they are formed from melted rocks in the earth. So this is really the definition of the first type. So copy this one, go back to your PowerPoint. So here in PowerPoint, you don't need to explain on the first or second section. There's a page, note, what we call a page, a note section. See here at the very bottom, click this arrow that's going up, click on it. So you're gonna have a section here underneath. You can make it a little larger if you want by drag it a little bit to up. Just drag this one and see here the cursor is blinking over here. That's where you're gonna copy and paste. All right. So igneous rocks, can type here. Igneous rocks are formed from melted rocks inside the earth. So the definition or explanation usually should be typed on the notes section here. All right, let's go to the third slide. Well, what's sedimentary rocks? All right, let's go to the definition here. All right, copy the definition or explanation. Copy. To copy, I use Control C, or you can make right click and select copy. Right? Go back to PowerPoint. Click on the notes section here underneath. Then Control V, Control paste. All right, they are formed from layers of sand, dead plants, and animals. All right, let's go to the last one, metaphoric rocks. All right, let's go back to the word. All right, here's the definition or explanation of this type of rock. Control C on the keyboard, which means copy, and then Control V. All right, so here is the explanation for this type of rock. It's a very simple way of creating a PowerPoint. If you like to change the design, you can click on design page section here. See on the top toolbar, click on design. So you can change the color if you want. Let's choose the third one here. See, the middle is white and the sides are green. Click on it. So you're gonna have different types of design you can choose from, but you can choose any of the formats on the right side. I'm gonna keep the original one here. All right, so this is the first one, Three Kinds of Rocks by Mr. X, created on May 31st, 2022. Second one, igneous rocks and its type. And if you'd like to explain for each types under igneous rocks, you can write on the section notes. All right, under the notes part here underneath. So this part really helps you to explain or define or provide more information. But on the main slides, really, you don't need to explain. You just write the main points as you see over here. All right, the last, I need another slide where you're gonna enter the source. The reference is where you found that information. So I'm gonna go back to my Word and I'm gonna copy and paste the source. So I found those information from American Museum of Natural History and the websites as well. So copy this one, go back to your PowerPoint and paste here the website information. All right, a little bit larger. So it's very important to give credit for the writer, or so that your presentation is valid or reliable. All right, thank you for watching.